Good morning, you guys. It is Sunday, January the 11th. This is a great and special day. You know why? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Yes, it is. And I thank God for today. I woke up in a good mood, woke up excited because God saw fit for me to wake up this morning and bless me with another birthday and another blessed day. It rained here in Virginia yesterday. Things that I said that I was going to do, I didn't get an opportunity to do, but I'm going to do all the things I want to do on today. You know, one thing I have learned is to do exactly what this planner is saying. Slow down, take a deep breath, and start again. And that start again begins here with me. I started in 2025 trying to put myself first. And in a lot of ways, I did, but not anywhere is how I'm going to put myself first this year in 2026. You know, I'm a woman over 50, and I don't know how many days I have ahead, but I know how many days I have behind me. So going forward, I need to really make my life more about me. Can you guys understand what I'm talking about, where I'm coming from? Drop a comment down in the notes. It can't just be me, especially us women. You know how much we do, how much we give, how much we can put others in front of us. And um, I've been on a journey of trying to not lose myself in the madness, in the noise, the chaos, and just being the woman that I am. And I promised myself in 2025 that I'm going to do more for me, and life is going to be more about me and the things that bring me joy, peace, and happiness. But that's a whole different video. What I'm going to show you guys today is something that's going to help me accomplish exactly what I said, to focus on myself. So I have this planner here, which is an older planner. You guys may remember this from Happy Planner, I think 2022, 2023. And then this planner here as well. I think this was 2023, but we'll see once I open them. The purpose of me making this video is to just remind you guys what I said when I first started this channel about not throwing away old calendars, old notebooks, old tablets, old scrapbooks. Just, you can always use that stuff and turn it into something that would be beneficial to your life. So these two planners here are things that I created between 2022 and 2023 with the mindset to use them. But you know, many of you know that God can have you to do something at a certain time and to prepare you for when you need it. Now, I made these things, both of these, between 2022 and 2023 with the purpose of using these in those years. And I did attempt. I did attempt to use them, and I used them for a little bit. And then it seemed like I thought that it just didn't fit. And I decided to do something different. It's not that it didn't fit, because I woke up this morning with these books on my mind, and God is telling me, I had you to prepare them back then because I knew that they would come in handy. You know how God is. He will have us to do something far in advance, because he know if we continue to follow him and we continue to do what we're supposed to do, we'll end up where we're supposed to be. Now, maybe I should have been where I needed to be between 2022 and 23. And I'm just arriving here in 2026. I don't know. But what I do know is that this is the right time for both of these books. And I want to just explain what I have in each book. I'm not going to do both of them today, but the older book is this one here. And so I'm going to start with this book and just show you the what God had me to do, the tabs, and what the purpose is for the book for me, how it's going to help me with my mental health, with my my growth as a person with my focus on my life and how God is the center of that as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so this is a planner from 2022-2023, like I stated. Normally, I would have a name over here because I know you guys know who have been following me since last year when I started this channel about me. I think I started the end of 2024. Not sure because I've been on here and off here. And this year I'm trying to be more committed to this channel. But if you recall, I named everything. And so since I opened this and I don't have a name here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to give her a name or him. Don't know. But I'm going to have to give it a name. Again, this is from 22-23. And the first tab I have in this book is Dear Jesus, Letters from Me. And I don't know if I've actually written anything in here, but this is self-explanatory. It's just a section for me to just open up and just express myself, good, bad, happy, sad, accomplishments, goals, whatever's on my heart that I want to share with Jesus. That's what I'm going to do here. So let's move on. My next tab here is Mood Tracker. Now, I do remember back in 2022 and 2023, I was all about myself. I even had books, journals, activity books, all about tracking my mood so I can be intentional about me. And how I got off of that between 2023 and 2026, the only thing I can think of is my job and me looking for a home and then going through the home buying process, finding a house, closing on a house, moving into a house, refurnishing a house. So within those years, I think that's what took my mind off of utilizing these books. Now, I'm not saying I didn't have God in my life and I wasn't praying, I wasn't reading scripture, and I wasn't doing all the things. I was just doing it in a different fashion. But I like this. I do want to get back to tracking my mood on a daily so I can see for myself when I come back at the end of each month or each week or however I want to revisit, just to see what my mood was, what my thoughts was, what scriptures I read, and how I'm growing and developing. So yeah, I'm really happy about having a mood tracker in this particular planner. Okay, then my next tab, and I guess I need to show you guys the tab. I think these are pretty. This is the reason why I purchased this planner. And let's keep in mind, you may see tabs and things from different planners because I don't throw away anything after I pay my money for it. But I think this is really pretty, sparkle and shine. And on this tab, you see the words transformation, truth, and transparency. Now, those words God gave me, I think, in 2023. Those were my 3 words of that year. And I would tell you, coming into 2026, it's, what is it? Let me think. Well, it is truth, transparency, and trust. Those are my 3 words. And what I mean by my 3 words, if I'm not living those words or people around me are not living those words, we can't be in each other's space like that. I've learned to not have certain things around me or certain things that's going to distract me or deplete me and take me from these areas. So even though this says transformation, truth, and transparency, and now I have trust in there, I'm going to leave transformation because I'm always in a state of transformation. Whatever God needs me to fix, work on, or do, I'm always going to transform myself to the woman that He would have me to be, because that's all about growth and elevation. But I will add trust in here. Me trusting more, as well as me identifying when people don't deserve my trust. So yeah, that is something that I'm working on, that I'm doing here in 2026. But let's move on to the next tab. All right, my next tab is weight loss and health journey. I'm always looking at my weight because I don't want to be bigger than what I am. I'm being transparent. I'm between like a 16, 18, mostly a 18. So I'll be honest. And I'm trying, well, no, my goal is to be uh, 16 or 14 by the end of this year. But to do that, I have to make sure my health is right. And that means scheduling my appointments with my doctors, doing my own health research, because doctors are not healers. They can assist. God is the healer. However, we have to educate ourselves and know our bodies and know the things that that's going to help our bodies and things that's going to harm our bodies, and add what we need and remove what we don't need. And then also get a workout regimen, a movement regimen, things that I was doing in 22 and 23, so I'm getting my mind back around that. I'm always conscious of the things that I eat, but it's that activity with me doing so much at work and outside of work and with other people and for other people. I fall in that, I don't have time to exercise, or don't have time to do my 30 minutes here and there, but I have time for me this year. So that would not come out my mouth. I'm going to speak what I shall have and what shall be. So I have time for me in every area this year. Let's move on to the next tab. And so this tab is just like the first the cover of this planner. It's to slow down, take a deep breath, and start again. And this tab here is stress-free zone. No matter how much we pray, no matter how much we stand on our faith, life can come with some stressors and some stresses. Whether it's dealing with you, your kids, your job, your family, your relationships, your loved ones, your husband, boyfriends, whatever, it can bring stress. I have gotten to a point now, I know what stresses me, and I know what things that I need to do to keep that away from me as much as possible. And so this is a good area. I remember back then I was letting things get to me a little more. I can say in this area I have definitely grown. I've gotten to a point where I'll just be honest. I'm like, it don't faze me. You understand what I'm saying? Not in a negative or bad way. I just can't put my energy into something that's not beneficial to me. And I can't have people around me, whether it's family, friends, or anything else, that's going to add stress to my life. My throat is a little scratchy, you guys. It's kind of early, so please excuse that. But yeah, I am going to definitely keep this here because this society, the world that we living in, has a lot of things going on. And the more we can manage our stress, the healthier we'll be and the more centered we'll be. So yes, this is definitely a tab that I'm going to keep, and looking forward to finding new ways to remain stress-free. And this next tab I love. Listen, look at that. Stay patient and trust your journey. Aren't we all on a journey? If you're not, you need to be on one. So you need to pray and find out what your journey and your purpose is, so you can get on that. That is the best thing, I think, in life, to know your purpose and to know know your journey and where you're heading to. And God is a great source of leading you there. This tab is fearlessness. And the reason why I did that, I remember it's so many things that I have always wanted to do, and I've wanted to do it, and I've planned to do it, and I've talked about doing it, and I've talked it and talked it and talked it. But what I didn't do is walk it. I always find myself preparing for something, getting out, getting involved in something, purchasing something, being a part of something, And I tell my kids and have taught my kids never to leave a task undone. And then I found out that, hey, I'm not living the words that I am teaching. And I realized in 2025 that I still had some fear. And this time it was not starting a thing. It was not being a part of a thing. It was not joining a thing. It was not investing in a thing, but it was in failing. I realized I was suffering with a spirit of fear and failure. And we know that is not of God. So when I saw this and I realized, I made this book back in 2022, 2023, and it's 2026, I don't have the same fears. Of course, I have grown and developed, so I'm not going to beat myself up in that way. However, I still have that fear. And I thank God that He showed me that in 2025 and preparing me to let that go in 2026. You know, like I said, I never even thought about this book. This book that we're walking through, I woke up this morning on my birthday and God was like, what happened to those books that you had? That I had you really thinking about yourself and focusing on yourself. It's time for you to go back down that road because you're about to lose yourself again. And God don't want that to happen. And I know I don't want it to happen. So yeah, I am excited about releasing all fear because what am I fearful for? God is in my life. You know, I'm strengthened by Him. My strength comes through Him. My boldness comes through Him. I have no reason. I have no reason to walk in fear. And let me just pan to the right for a second. I even have a cup sitting in front of me that strength, relying on God in all things. Look at that. As a reminder. So you know how things just align. God knew what He was doing this morning. Look at this next tab. Believe in yourself. You see why this book is just all about me and focusing on me. Now, my next tab is accomplishments. Now, I do remember when I made this book that I was going through a period, just getting in my 50s and saying to myself, what have I accomplished in life? You know, the things that I have written down, the things that I was praying over, the things that I thought that I needed to accomplish hadn't worked out. So the devil take that moment to make you feel like a failure. The devil take that moment to make you feel like you've accomplished nothing. And I will admit, during that season, I felt like that for a little bit. And then God had to shake me, literally shake me, and said, what? You know where you were. Several times, things cause you to have to restart from ground zero, rock bottom. And look where you are now. How dare you act like you have no accomplishments? How dare you slap me in my face, basically, and say that you've accomplished nothing, that you have been praying and speaking my word back to me and it's coming back void, when we all know that's not true. So I'm not in a place of in that mindset anymore where I don't see accomplishments, because God has blessed me in just enormous ways. And I know for a fact that I have so many more accomplishments ahead of me. So this section is not now a section to remind myself that I have accomplishments. It's a section of things that I have yet to accomplish. God has me on a new path, doing new things, and I'm excited about these accomplishments. I haven't forgotten where I came from and the things that I have achieved and have accomplished. So I'm going to write those down as well. But anything new that's happening, any new accomplishments, I'll be so excited to track and see how these things are progressing. Now take a look at this tab. It says, this life is pretty wonderful. Isn't that true? And if it's not true, make it so for yourself, because that's what I'm doing. That's what this whole video is about. Basically, is about me. and how I'm going to focus on me and have the best life. Yes, going forward. And so this section, as you can see, is about special, noteworthy moments. This way, and it can be um, tied into accomplishments, but it can just be random things. What may be special to me may not be special to someone else, but I want to track those special times, those special moments, those special events. If it's something more than anything, let me get myself together because my mind was thinking quicker than I can speak. It could be something as simple as being a blessing to someone, going into a store and giving someone a compliment, wishing someone a great day. It can be a coworker giving a hug or shoulder. It could be my children, sending them off on their day with a motivational talk on the phone or a text or some type of prayer. It could be a friend. It could be anything. That's special to me. And it could be something that just all about me, something special that has happened just for me, just in my life. And I want to recognize those moments and not overlook them. It could be something special and something I'm going to go back to doing. I used to love to go to a local park and just go sit maybe in my car, have my lunch there, or just go and get out and walk around and just sit and take in nature. Those are special moments to me because it's something I don't do as often. And to a point, I haven't done it in a while. So when I take a time out to not only breathe and relax for myself, but appreciate everything that God has created. So anything special like that, it could be somebody treating me to something, purchasing me something, taking me to dinner. I'm not above those things either. But it's not all about those things as well. All right, and the next tab reads kindness is greatness, and this is about family time. Family is a wonderful thing. You can have your good moments with family. You can have your bad moments. You can have your ups. You can have your downs. You can be in agreement. You can be in disagreement. You guys can see each other and talk often, or it can be such space. But your family is your family. And my family is no different. I have people that I speak to regularly, almost daily, and then I have some that I don't speak to at all, but I still love them dearly. The one thing my mom told me before she left this world and she raised me, that you can love a person from a distance. And the way she used to say it was love them with a long-handled spoon. And she's right. It can be someone as close as your sibling, your parent, your children, any person in your family. If they are bringing stress, if they are bringing negativity, and if they are affecting your peace, you don't love them less. You love them more. It's just from a distance. You definitely pray for them more, and you pray over them, and you pray for them, and you uphold their name to God, that God touches their mind and their heart, as well as your own. And so this section is around that, around my family. I always have a family section in everything that I do because those are some of the more important people in my life. So definitely I have a section for family. And when I saw this tab, I had to laugh. It reads, never give up on your dream. And you see what this says? My future husband. That is something not only that I'm dreaming about, that I know will happen one day. When, where, how, I don't know. But I know it will happen because God said that I will not grow old alone, that I will have my forever mate, my helpmate, my partner by my side. And that person is going to be a man of God. That person is going to bring to my life the things that he's to bring, and I'm going to bring to his life the things that I'm going to bring. But with everything, we still have to be prepared. We still have to know what God says about husband, about wives, the roles. And so with anything that I'm doing in my life, I'm prepared for. So why not continue to prepare for my husband? So that's another thing that I'm working on, but what I'm not doing is stressing over it. So for you ladies out there that's like, oh, I want to be married, trust me, I understand. I'm a relationship woman. I'm a lover of love. And I love to be married. I mentioned before that I'm divorced, but I would love to be married, and I have no heart and heart feelings about it. I'm healed. I'm moving forward, and so I'm excited about that. Hopefully, at some point, I don't share my personal life or anything on here, but the moment in the hour when I have a husband, I definitely would share that. But anyway, in this process of getting to that point, I'm still just enjoying life. This section now is not so much about knowing what I'm looking for, because God knows what I'm looking for and God knows who He has for me. So that part of it, I'm letting God handle. The only thing that I'm doing this year is learning how to just live life and take every day as it comes, whether I'm dating someone or not dating someone, in a relationship or not in a relationship. Not to put too much pressure on myself or that person, just to take each day as it is. But also, though, because I'm healed, I also recognize things that, what I'm not having, what I'm not tolerating, what I'm not doing. This person can't be, taken from my peace, can't be causing me stress, basic things like that. But basically, it's about me and me getting myself ready, getting myself straight, making sure I am as healed as I say, that my mind is right, that I'm not bringing stress and things into my husband's life. So I have to show God that I'm ready, that I'm prepared. And when He feels like I'm ready and prepared, that person will come into my life, and that person and I will work together and get to a place where we are ready to cross that line and get married. So this is just to encourage those women and men, whoever is looking at this, to realize that it may not have happened, and we may have moments of being alone or being lonely, but don't let those moments and those feelings make you accept something that's not meant to be. It was a time in my life where I had said, if I'm never going to meet someone or never get married, then that's fine. If that's what God has in store for me, I would rather do that than to invite the wrong person into my life. Right now I'm in a happy place in my life in this area. And I just pray that it continues to be happy, and things just continue as God see fit. And so, don't know what's in the back of here. Let's see. Okay, so these, I'm sorry, you guys, got my big fingernail all in the way. Okay, so the rest of this is, I told you I was using these books, with this book in particular, as a mood tracker and other things. So back here is 2022 and 2023. You can see here some things that I had laminated, things that when I was fasting, things that I was fasting over, things that I was praying over, my expectations and stuff like that. And that's something that I'm going to revisit, because it may be something that I do this year. I'll add to this book, because this is a book that I'm going to incorporate in 2026, because it's time. God said it's time for you to do these things, to really focus on you. Okay, well, didn't want it to be a long video. It's almost 30 minutes, so that's longer than I normally do. But I'm going to go ahead and go on with my birthday, see what I'm about to get out here and do. One thing I want you guys to know, when you focus on you, that means do you. Do you at all times. Don't allow anything to stop you from doing you. Love on you. Like today is my birthday. And I'm not saying that I won't get cards, flowers, balloons, or something like that. Right now, I do know I have dinner reservations. My kids and friends are coming along. But I want flowers. I want balloons, and I want a nice card. I don't have any of that yet. Like I said, don't mean that I'm not going to get it. It's early in the morning. But when I get dressed and step out here, because it's a clear day, the sun is in and out, there's no expectation of rain, the temperature is much higher today. So I sat in here most of yesterday, but I'm gonna get out and do the things I didn't do yesterday. And in the midst of doing those things, I'm gonna stop by and get the stuff that I want. But I'm budgeting this year. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm a government worker, and last year was crazy. And so God blessed me last year. I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose my job. I didn't lose the new house. I didn't miss a beat. Every bill got paid. I had more than enough. I've reported previously about health concerns I had, my daughter had, different things, my dad. All of us are still healthy and well, thank God. However, this is my year of growth financially. And so that means I'm not a person that needs fresh flowers. I tell you, I don't have a green thumb. Anything that come up in here that has life in that way, it don't last long. But I have one plant that I've had since my mom passed, and that's the one plant that I've managed to keep alive. And so when I see that plant, it reminds me of my mom, not her funeral, but just reminds me of her. So, and I'm like, okay, it must be something special, because that's the only plant that I have not killed. But anyway, I'm not doing nothing elaborate. I probably go somewhere like Dollar Tree or Dollar General or Family Dollar or somewhere like that. It's not the expense for me. It's just the thought. And I think of myself highly, but balloons pop or deflate. Flowers die. The card is something that I will probably laminate and write a little note to myself. But it's just me thinking of myself, putting myself first. It's not always what you spend on yourself. I treat myself good now, but I have a purpose and a goal where my finances are going this year. And maybe later in the year, I'll be able to share that with you guys, because it is something that I do want to share. It's just not time to share it. But hopefully I'll be able to pick up the camera throughout the day and show some highlights. It may be added to this, or it may just be a separate video, because this video about showing my mood tracker or my mood book or my healthy mental book. I don't know what she is or he is right now, but leave a comment. What would you consider this book, this type of calendar, or this type of notebook of tracking things about yourself? What would you consider this to be? What would you call it? And you know how I like to name things. What would you call her? Would you give it a girl name, a guy name? I don't know. But I will share once I start using this. And so at that time, I would have named it. I would have an idea of what this book is the purpose of this book. And just give you a flip through of how I'm using it some point in this year of 2026. You guys have a wonderful day on purpose. And if you're living somewhere and you are having a beautiful day and it's sunny out and it's shining, even if it's raining, because some people love the rain. It gives them time to stay home and cozy up and look at TV. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because me and God got together, because this was the day I was brought into this world, and we got together and decided to give you guys a great day. So have a great day on purpose until I pick this camera up again. Be blessed.